I heard that song. Someone sampled it, and I heard it today. It's wild that you played that, because I heard it today, and I was like, "There's no freaking way that this."
Was it a newer song?
It had to be. God, I wish I knew where I heard it.
Good thing I got it coming up.
Oh shit! So you do have.
Yes, so I do have it. The second one I was gonna.
It made me mad, Jose. It made me mad that someone used
it's such
that
a
one.
fucking good. So
Keep
okay,
it
hold on, let's
Look, this is another rant now.
Yep,
Let me play these two for you, and then we'll talk about it. Because this is the first time that I ever heard about the song.
Okay.
Was when Lil Wayne used that same beat. Then the last one that we got is the brand new song by Future featuring Kendrick Lamar. All right.
Okay, what's your question?
What's your initial reaction?
Right.
You like or you not like people using things?
Okay, I don't like people using the old school stuff
At all?
At all.
That's crazy.
Because
go ahead.
changing it up. If they're gonna use it, and if it's straight, it's just the instrumental karaoke version, and they're gonna rap over it, then I would say that's cool. But then that last one, it was just.
I'm gonna be on the exact opposite.
Okay, the second one you played was who?
Lil Wayne.
He fucked that up.
Oh my God, that's a great version.
No, because he tried to take his rap style and put it in.
It was at least 30 years later. Music's gonna change.
But the rap style, it just doesn't correspond with the way the beat was flowing. But then the third one you played, their rap style, they went back to the 80s and started rapping like.
But then they chopped it up.
Yeah, they chopped up.
Like that?
It was no, I didn't.
You tried to lie his way through it.
Yeah. I was gonna say yeah, but no. I didn't like it. But the rap style, I like this because they kept it. They kept it old school. I thought that was cool.
I think you're getting a little way too picky and choosy. Because when I'm a teenager, I think that Lil Wayne one was probably like 2006.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I'd never heard that one by Lil Wayne.
I'm hearing it though because Lil Wayne's hot at that point. This is one of his mixtapes where all he's doing is hopping on other people's songs and just in his head making a better version of that song. He chose this one.
How fucking dare you say that?
Hear me out. Hear me out. He's thinking he's making a better version of that song.
He's thinking that.
Me as a teenager, I'm not one of your two kids. That was the first time I ever heard that beat. So what I'm saying is for generations that might not be old school Joe Cooley people, that's a way to introduce them into something that has happened in the past. And so when I hear that, I want to go dig it like, oh, damn, that was a cool beat. I learned that there's a whole song before it. And then even me, just more for like the newer one, the future one, they took that and they just had fun with it. They
did.
Made it into their own thing while still keeping the essence of the old one.
Okay.
I could give a fuck about how they're rapping on the song. If they make it their own from what they're doing, I think that's.
I think the way it was chopped up, the way they chopped it up, it sounded good because I hear a DJ doing that.
He's the producer. He's the beat man.
Yeah.
He's the one that
Okay. I can hear it when. So I think it's cool when DJs nowadays they can do that. They'll take a song and they'll chop it up but never have anybody rap over it, but just kind of mess with it and split it up into pieces and make it sound good.
Yeah.
I think that's why I dug that because I've heard DJs do that with other songs, old school songs, but never did I hear somebody chop it up and then make it their own song. And then that song, Everlasting Bass, Rodney and Joe Cooley. Yeah, that's classic, man.
Was that the song that you heard earlier today?
I think it was, but I don't think if it was that one. I almost want to say it was another one because the guy that was rapping was like rapping really slow, and I was like, and then I almost think they even they slowed the beat down. Yeah, it was kind of weird. So that's why I was like pretty shocked that you brought that up.
What's your take on it?
I first of all want to just comment on what you said. I think to people like us, hearing this beat for the first time makes us want to dig into history.
I know, but what I'm saying is you guys have been kids on his Sundays. He just plays 80s, early 90s stuff. Like
my dad and I will go on for a long time about who sampled what
Yeah.
and from where and played this game where it's like, where did that actually start?
Yeah.
We do that. Kids today do not do that. First off, wanted to
What
make
was
sure
one
you.
that we heard earlier? And I said it was.
Yeah, and you offended me. Yeah, I mean,
that happens too. With
yeah. Damn it, what was it?
I don't. We'll think of it
Shit.
later. But there was one we were playing music before we even got started, and he's like, "Do you hear that beat?" And I said,
oh, it's.
"Oh
from
yeah,
this.
it's this." And he goes, "What the fuck?" Just,
I was like, how dare you say
yeah,
that?
like, oh
Yeah.
my god.
Dang, we're gonna have to figure that beat
It's.
out.
I think when you talk about young people, what they hear on TikTok, some of these old school hits, like is
Yeah.
what makes them popular again. Which I guess is not a horrible way to make them popular.
Yeah.
again, but
No, that
Yeah.
one there was, man, that was a great.
we love our samples in this family.
I think it was that
we always talk about
21 Savage song.
Which one was it?
Okay,
But I can.
so what?
But what I can
Talk
tell
to
you,
Nas. Yeah,
what I can
what
tell you,
happened with Nas?
well, no, when Nas did that, I thought it was cool. I actually did because somebody used that beat and they kept it real. They kept it like it should have been, right? Don't chop it up. Don't
Do you want to say it or do you want me to say it?
go ahead.
A song talking about friends is stupid.
There's a difference in
Right, but it
Nas
was
and
the time.
beat.
It was the time. You got to think
Yeah.
about that. It wasn't stupid to us because
Because
Why
you
not?
just wanted friends.
yeah,
But
I
it's
mean,
still that song is still internationally known and played.
Around
to
my
this
but
day.
of course you
Like,
would think it's stupid because
just-
it's
I'm
not
the
okay.
time.
Stupid is
It's
probably
slightly-
harsh, but what
it's
I'm
It was
saying
very
is,
harsh. God
is
damn it.
when Nas took it to a
little corny.
below the surface level, thought provoking song, he owned it. He took it.
He did.
He ran with it, and he's inspired a ton from that.
Yeah, and I give it to him because, yeah, it's a everybody loved the beat. Oh shit! Listen to the beat. Listen. Oh, it's an old school song. Yeah, of course. And then of course everybody's gonna say, "Oh, Nas killed it." What? They made a song called "Friends." Why? Why? Exactly what you just said.
You just repeated what I just
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. That's what
Exactly.
I'm. No, but I'm not saying it because I think the same thing you are. Because I think it's horseshit what you just said. But what I'm saying is when that song came out, yeah, it was a beat, it was a jam, it was dope.
What I will say is I try and put myself in, like, if you were in the room, but like I mean even the everlasting bass, like when whoever their producer was making that beat, like their raw reaction had to have been like, God damn, what calm down, like fan off, what are you doing over there? 'Cause
Yeah, what are you creating there?
what the fuck? And then for people just to keep appreciating it over and over and over,
Yeah.
I feel like that's impressive, you know?
I think Nas, what he did is he kept the music alive. I'm not gonna say he made it better. He can't make the music better. Maybe the lyrics.
He added that harmony at the beginning.
Maybe the lyrics. Yeah. Well, because he wanted to make it his, but knowing damn well it's not. Why couldn't he come up with his own shit? Because he's not that good, nor his DJs or whoever producers. Right? They have to go back to our era, and say, and then in our era we had to go back to the 70s and 60s to find some stuff.
I think what you just have two different mindsets. You are on the
completely too.
well,
Yeah.
you've always been this way. You think music has gotten better, and you don't believe that music has gotten better.
There's
Would you agree to
exceptions.
that?
There's
yeah.
some
But on the
stuff.
whole, like if you sat down for this last decade of music, is it better than back in the day? And the trajectory of music, is it getting better? You would say no, and I would agree. I would say no, it's not getting better. I think you would say. It's
I would say
only
you and
improved.
your brother are both terrible judges of that, though.
Why?
Because you're so hard. You're not even talking about like the 90s where you were born or even the 2000s where you developed a personality. You're talking about time before you were even born.
Right, because they've inherited it from me,
But
from
so
listening
what
to
I'll
what I
say,
used
though-
to play.
But having
no,
that
no, no,
perspective
hear me out, though.
allows
Hear me
me
out.
to understand
Hear
that at
me
a different
out.
level.
Yeah,
It's a different thing, though, when you're outside with your friends breakdancing and hearing this music on the radio for the first time. I'll throw myself in the category of like Lil Wayne at his peak when he's dropping a mixtape on this day and you go to whatever to go download it and find it and put it on an iPod. Like experiencing it real time gives a different perspective on it where you lived it.
right.
Appreciating from 30 years to 40 years ago, it's not the same interaction. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
I think that's where I'm saying that if you're so deeply in love with it, but like you didn't experience it, you didn't see people in the club.
You can appreciate it for what it is, and still respect that it was better. I think so. I mean, I live in with this perception that I know music nowadays because I keep up with music. So
yeah, but Mario knows a lot of the stuff that I use. Even some of the stuff that I didn't listen to and he listens to now. It's pretty cool because I'm like, man, I remember that from back in the day, and he likes it.
My hot take is I don't think music has gotten better.
And that's not really a hot take for you three. That's what I'm saying.
But for you, I actually don't think it's a hot take.
Because
I think people respectfully know that. I don't think the industry's getting better.
No, I think a lot of people disagree. And the reason I think so...
But I think those people don't have the perception or perspective of knowing and understanding music from a different time frame. Like if you listen, if a young it's like the GOAT question. It's like Michael or LeBron, right? So it's a hard conversation no matter what, because it's like people that can appreciate Michael Jordan but never watched him. Like, do you believe those people? Which is the point that you're saying. Like, you never saw it. Like, how do you know if Michael was? You know,
but
right?
It's what's all in the stats, what's all written down and whatever.
What I'm referencing though is that there are points in time that you can compare. Again, I'm going to take a Houdini making a song about friends, and a Nas making a song "If I Ruled the World" on his opening album when he was 17 or 18 years old that went platinum. Like, there's different things, different points in time that you can compare and say, "Wow, this man just made arguably one of the best rap albums of all time, Illmatic." How are we going to sit here and say, "Oh, but music hasn't gotten better"?
Okay, but I am going to get ready to blow your fucking mind right now.
Acknowledge that, though. Illmatic is in history as one of the best rap albums of all time. Objectively, not even mine, because I'm not a huge Nas person.
Okay,
but
it's like in the
where did Nas get the "I Rule the World" from?
The idea of it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're gonna put it to somebody.
Because it does matter.
No.
Because Curtis Blow did it first in the freaking late 70s, early 80s.
Then why aren't we talking about Curtis Blow right now?
Because we're talking about Nas. Because you're saying Nas did "I Rule the World." No, let's go to Curtis Blow.
But
when he said,
"You're taking my
I
points."
Rule the world.
You're
I
taking
love
my points,
baby.
though.
Right, son? You know that song.
But
and
we're judging
the same
the
beat.
comparison off of the beat.
Then Nas took it from Curtis Blow.
And did
Houdini
it better.
Took it from Curtis Blow.
And did it better. Because he put it on arguably one of the best rap albums of all time.
Yeah, I get
Nobody's saying
that.
Curtis Blow is. Nobody's saying Houdini is.
Right.
So you can't sit here and say, "Oh, the older's just better," because they came up with it. No, he
Our
took
generation
it and made
would
it
say
better.
that.
I would.
But that's what I'm saying is
have you heard
wrong.
Have you heard the song by Curtis Blow?
Yes.
No, bullshit, because you didn't even know it.
The hook is almost identical.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is identical.
I think what you're getting at too is there are songs that have been made better because
of the time.
No. So let me
back
spin off
then,
of it
when
real
Curtis
quick,
Blow
though.
did it, everybody's like, "Oh, that's the jam."
No, hold on. Let me spin off of it because you got to have other comparison points as well. So we're not just going to go off this beat.
Yeah.
We're going to say another thing that you can reference for that sort of stuff is like rap beef. We'll say Biggie Smalls and Tupac. I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. Like, there's songs that are diss songs that are a point in time to say, "God damn, he just laid it out there for people to know." And you can take other people attempting to do that for their era, their enemy, their time, and compare the two and say, "Damn, did he do better than they did there?" You can make comparisons across generations and say, "Damn, something newer can be better." It's just because it's older doesn't mean it's incomparable to what we're doing today, is what I'm saying. I think arguably people are doing more. They're getting out of just hip hop and the constraints of what the 80s and 90s put on it, and still taking it to a whole nother level. Like, we're going to say Metro Boomin on that beat. He took it with a beat pad, like a
hello everyone, and welcome back to the Big Modcast.
Something else that right now is going on its third week on the #1 charts of the Billboard Hot 100. That none of these songs sat at the #1 chart
True. Again, it's because of the time.
Yeah.
It's all because of the time.
An argument against that in technology is somebody's not playing the bass in the background getting recorded in the moment that it's happening.
But you had DJs jumping back and forth.
Sure.
Like,
I'm just saying, but like
things.
But
What
yeah,
I'm
but
saying
back
is
then
taking
it was
something.
more
I don't think that's
scratching.
impressive to as many people as you think.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he he made something amazing out of nothing. What I'm saying is he took it.
He made it.
He elevated it to what he thought was acceptable for him and his requirements right now, and he put out a song that currently the whole nation is loving, and it's sitting #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 when Beyonce just dropped an entire album and usually owns the full list of that.
Well, give her some time. That album just dropped.
Exactly. That's
give it some
usually when
time.
the numbers come out the highest.
I mean, you just got to give it some
She
time.
was up there too, wasn't she?
But not #1. That's what I'm saying is this song has eclipsed that. You can't sit here and just say, well, the old ones did it first.
Think about the target audience. They might like bad music. So like
Yeah.
that's a flawed
That's
system.
not a good take if the majority of people
But
like
just-
bad music, then
but
maybe
just
you
the
don't
fact-
like good music.
Just the fact that they use the original to change it up a little bit to make it a hit. That's my take. They had to take a song from back in the day to make it their own, to make it a hit. To me, that's not a hit. That's using someone else's song to make it a
but
hit.
Dr. Dre was sampling off of vinyls.
Exactly.
All these people were
So
sampling.
just sampling is-
Okay, you're telling me exactly what I know.
So then you're completely cutting the legs out of your argument here. That
Because
these
it's
old
not making it,
people-
we're not getting anywhere with it.
No.
Jose.
Who did it? Who did it better than
Who did?
Fugees or Roberta Flack?
See, it's all about the time. I like the Fugees version.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say this was better than Roberta Flack's. Because people in the 70s, 60s, 70s, when that song came out, that was the jam. Everybody loved it.
Mm-hmm.
But they're probably saying the same thing about the Fugees. They're probably saying, it took the Fugees to take her song to make them a hit, to make them money. And to.
Do you think they're right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, it's facts.
Art is imitating.
Facts.
It's not a fact.
Art is
It's an
imitating.
opinion.
Art is
It's an opinion.
Let's drop in the now. And when we started, before we started the show, there was a song playing.
I don't remember what
And
it was.
then I remember now. And I said, "Where did he get that beat from?" And you said, "Oh, Montel Jordan. This is how we do it."
Yeah,
I'm like, "What? No, that was
that's what he said.
yeah, that's what Jose said." And I'm
So
like,
what song?
"No, it was Children's Story by
That's where it came
yeah,
from.
Slick Rick.
Yeah.
Slick Rick. Yeah, yeah. Doom, doom,
Yeah.
doom,
I mean,
doom,
it's familiar.
doom,
I
doom,
don't
doom.
remember who's using it.
Yeah, I don't know who
I mean,
used
it's
it either.
interesting. People sample.
But just the fact that was
we
just
and we
funny.
love, like we said, we love samples. Kanye West been
Yeah,
sampling.
remember because we
forever.
had that
love-
app. Remember I had that app that I introduced you to. Who sampled it?
So let me give you the last
And-
point that I got on this and my last argument for it.
Yeah.
The other one that I was going to reference is Lottie Dottie by Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick. And that song has been sampled 1,152 times, according to WhoSampled.com.
Okay, so
it's
Who
one
Sampled
of,
is
it's
what I
one
was
of
talking
the
about.
highest
Yeah.
ones. I think it was
Really?
number 3 or 4 on the list that they had of all time. So again, it's somebody
That's
taking
crazy.
inspiration off something.
But
I mean, Snoop did a complete.
La-di-da-di, how we like
That's
to
pretty cool
party.
though.
Yeah, it was dope.
It is.
But I mean, it's not original. But like you said, I thought Snoop did it because he slowed it down.
Yeah,
and
he was
that
high,
was
and
yeah,
it
he was
just
higher than a
his whole
kite,
thing, you know.
higher than
But
a giraffe's pussy.
let me say the other thing that is pretty common, and I think I learned this back in high school, maybe college. But there's articles about it that typically Americans stop listening to new music. I think it was after age 25 or 26, and just majority keep repeating the stuff that was their prime. They stop going and finding new artists, new music, and things like that. I think that adds a big X factor into this because, like you said, you're not looking for new. You're
Yeah.
not looking for new artists. You're not looking for a new gold standard in the times that there are. Now, I think there are people that do. I don't even know the guy, but Tot's dad is introducing him to rappers of right now. Good old
He's
West.
also from New York
Shout
City.
out to Derek, yeah.
But
so
what I'm
it's
saying
just-
though
Yeah,
is
I-
there's
you know what? He's
there's
one that
exceptions.
had come
There's
in and show.
exceptions to it, like him. But for the majority of people, I think they're boxed into what they know and what they love, and then they don't start looking for more. But what I'm saying is he might have a favorite rapper right now that is rapping like nothing he's ever heard before.
Yeah.
I think opinions like that are willing to go outside of their just locked in box won't just say, "Oh, the old songs were better."
See, but then earlier you said that my perception, like knowing these songs from back in the day, because I wasn't a part of that time. Don't you give me more credit for knowing that? Like I'm not stuck in my era. I'm stuck in an era prior.
But you're still stuck in an era. That's what I'm disregarding.
I know, but it's
here.
just that's why.
That's what I'm disregarding. The stuck in the era, not the where you found it out.
But
The stuck in an era.
Forgive me, stuck is not the right word. I mean, I listen
No,
to
I'm
new.
gonna use stuck.
I listen to new music. But I'm
Sure,
just,
but
Yeah.
you're stuck.
I don't listen to the newest rappers or anything like that.
I think we're going in circles
'Cause a
here,
lot of it is
'cause you guys are
mumbo jumbo
wrong,
shit.
and you guys are just stuck in your own little ways. So,
Yeah. We
I
all
think
are.
you don't know enough, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think you know enough music, to be fair.
I believe it. You don't own a T-shirt like I do.
Your brain is not 80% lyrics.
Yeah.
No, you're right. It's a hard conversation. It's like,
Yeah.
music
You know
is
what?
objective.
We'll have this conversation again sometime. We'll have it down here, but we'll bring your dad in here.
I think your dad would have a
I'd
great
like to hear what he
perspective.
has.
Yeah.
He'd
I
go,
think he's 100% locked in a box of what he
Right.
thinks was good music.
Exactly.
And
I
that's
know.
all, when he makes mixes, he's making those same songs mixes.
Yeah.
I think you
It's
should
the
give
same
more
thing.
credit. I feel like he knows new stuff.
I don't.
You
think
probably
it's-
Yeah, see, I don't know. I don't know if he
I've
is.
played him new stuff. Let's say maybe 5 to 10 years ago. Like, hey, Dad, this is what I'm listening to.
It's
It's just profanity.
So
that's
what,
all it is.
what do you think of the what do you think of the OT?
Mexican OT?
Yeah, Mexican OT.
I love him.
You love his music.
Have you heard that Mexican OT?
Just what you sent me. Yeah,
What'd you think? of that song?
Yeah,
that was cool.
I think
Well,
it's
let's do it
okay.
once.
I don't think he's.
He's not a great rapper by any means.
Yeah.
But what I appreciated was a
I
rapper.
like the way that he I like me because he's Mexican.
I thought
hate his
the
spec. I like
Mexican
that.
side. I thought the fact that he's got a Texas accent.
Yeah,
And like
he's got a southern tag. Southern.
Yeah, he's got a southern
Southern
draw,
voice, yeah.
and he's got his Mexican accent in there. And the song I sent you,
Yeah.
he said, "Fuck it, let me try a country rap song." Like,
Yeah.
you got to try. You got to push the limit to see what is possible from there.
Yeah.
If you just keep doing what they did in the '80s, and we're never gonna grow.
True.
We're gonna be stuck.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, somebody's got to take it up, but a lot of us old guys are going to stick with what we know. It's just facts. I mean, here in
That's
the
not
next
facts. Opinion is
you know,
not facts.
okay, you're right. Okay, it's opinion.
It's
Hearing
like the
about
third time you said that.
no,
yeah.
you know what? Fuck it. It is facts. A lot of us who stick in the back, we stay there. But here in the next 20, 30 years, when there's going to be more mumble jumble rap, you guys are going to be saying the same damn thing. You will be saying the same thing. Oh, Nas was this, Nas was that.
We're going in
Wow, there's
circles,
some
but
other- I know, you're right.
Even saying mumble rap, that's so demeaning.
It's
'Cause there's a whole genre of it, and it's a southern drawl. It's the way that
Yeah,
they talk in those
yeah.
areas. It's not just because we don't have accents here doesn't mean that people down there aren't making quality music. Just
They're
because
not.
you can't.
they're not making.
I don't know. I can
That's
understand
facts.
Flow Rider. He's from Florida.